Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in what will become one of the best tier 10s, and possibly most overpowered, in the game, being the AMX M4 MLE54. A lot of people are mad with how Wargaming rebalanced this tank in their previous balance changes. And I do see some reasons for the argument. The alpha damage went from 470, 480 down to 450. The AP standard and AP premium got swapped to heat premium and APCR standard. Honestly, I don't mind the heat premium. It's got way more pen than the AP. The problem is that the APCR standard absolutely sucks and makes life rather unenjoyable. Not only that, but the gun actually got less accurate when it lost alpha, but gained damage per minute. What I'll say is that the AMX M4 is currently, I think, in the strongest state it's ever been, but also the weakest state. When it works great. When it doesn't work, it really struggles. However, next update, this tank is going to be quite ridiculous. First of all, it's getting a 10mm upper plate buff, which is going to mean on flat ground and using gun depression, it's just going to be even stronger. It's also getting reactive armor. Yes, you heard that right. The consumable, which allows you to reduce 27% of the damage you receive for 14 seconds. Yep, it's going on a vehicle that features sandbags and the ability to have over 2,800 hit points. So this vehicle already has the same health as a super heavy, almost the same as an E100, and now that it has reactive, it actually has more effective HP than an E100 or even a mouse, which is kind of insane. Oh yeah, and it's also getting 0.3 seconds shaved off the reload. So if we take a look at the current reload, it is 10.91 seconds running calibrated shells. If you put on gun rammer, it's gaining about 130 DPM with a half a second reload reduction. So basically, it's gaining about 100 damage per minute, which is going to allow it to be even stronger, paired with the mobility and the gun depression and the armor. Holy crap, this vehicle is going to be insane. So let's get into some gameplay. Let's see what the AMX can currently do so we can get an idea of what it'll be able to do better next update. Something that I just learned, which is rather unfortunate, when I was showcasing the damage per minute of the AMX M4 with gun rammer, I forgot to swap it back to calibrated shells. And you are going to notice, especially a couple moments in the first game that we end up playing, where running calibrated shells would have heavily increased the chances of winning. In fact, you will notice that I literally say, I don't know how I didn't pen the Type 71 with heat and why its upper plate was so red, because I thought I was running Cali with 370 mils of pen. It actually turns out I was running rammer the whole time. I'm an absolute doofus. That's all I'm gonna say. So when you're watching the first game, have it with a little bit of grain of salt. We actually might have won that battle. Today, we're actually playing the game at a normal time. It's 8 in the morning, which is a little early, but nothing crazy. It's not like, you know, me normally playing at 4 or 5 a.m. The only thing that's not normal is I have not slept at all. Welcome to the life of somebody who is chronically online. I have a pretty bad sleep schedule, but oh well. The advantage of being a YouTuber is that you can record your videos whenever you want. The disadvantage is, well, yeah, you have no sleep. So, here we are in game number 1. Up against us, we have an E100, we have a Type 71. Not much, actually, in terms of heavies. I mean, they do have an AMX 50B, which could be a problem, but we'll see what actually ends up happening. You can see the good mobility of the AMX here. I mean, we're not, like, incredibly fast, but the fact that we're chilling at 30+ kilometers per hour, also sorry about the alert box. I keep forgetting to turn it off. I have the same profile when I stream and when I make videos, and the problem is the alert box goes off. Now, they do have an E100, which I don't necessarily want to get shot by. We're gonna move up. Oh no, that's not fun. Okay, well, we can see the type. Oh, and the 100. Well, 268 version 4 got really lucky. Oh my god, this V4 is just gonna get in my way. I was really hoping I could make my way up there, but with this V4 doing whatever he's doing right now, it's not very helpful. Well, we do get a nice shot into the 100, and he gets bonked by the 268 version 4 as well. The problem is that we have multiple tanks here. None of them can push, and, well, there's the type. Okay, so I'm going to try and move up. That's really the best play to make right now. So, Let's see if we can indeed do that. And maybe get some damage out. Alright, we got the 100. There you go, 481. That's obviously pretty dang good. And now we reload again. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and... Oh! Now, while this tank does actually have pretty good pen, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because the E100 has pretty strong armor when we're looking down on him at this angle. Our 268 version 4 is making a rather aggressive play. He does shoot the enemy, and now we are going to move up ourselves and see if we can track the 50B. Oh, he has a damaged AMRAC, but he is able to repair it. The 183 misses his shot, and, well, I would love to be able to HE him. However, we're not able... Oh my god, we damaged his AMRAC again. That's gotta suck. Doing a vid. Alright, well... Up... He got ammo-racked. I mean, we're not going to win this game, even with that 50B, like, purposefully killing himself. It really just doesn't matter. I mean, we can look at the result here from our team, and it's not too much of a surprise. This team frickin' sucks. Well, let's hope that our 183 moves up, because if he does, he's going to distract the type, which is obviously really, really good for me. I'm actually just going to shoot the type, and I'm going to make sure that he's in a really awkward situation with the 183 in front. Oh, of course we get lit on fire. That's my life, of course. One shell doesn't even hit me in the engine deck. Oh, okay. You know what I find crazy is that apparently 370 mils of heat pen just isn't good. Like, I'm very confused on that. I also don't know why this type is tunneling me so incredibly hard. Like, he has a 183 flanking him, and the best decision he can make is to tunnel me. Great job, bro. Oh, nope. Our 183 is going to kill him. It only took him a while, but at least he got the kill, I guess, right? I mean, again, we're not going to win this, but we still have a lot of health left. That's what I was trying to mention before. I mean, this thing is a freaking beast in terms of its HP and capabilities really on the battlefield. The fact that you can have this much health in a heavy is kind of insane, but wholly bad on movement dispersion. Like, wow. This is one of the most inaccurate guns in the game. It's actually pretty impressive how inaccurate it is, if I'm going to be completely honest. So, the concept's trying to do his job and hold. We are... in a really awkward situation here. I can't really help out with the pattern. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. There's nothing I can do, really. I mean, I'm just stuck in an awful situation. We do have the 268. We do get the clear on him. And the 183... Oh, wait a sec. Wait a sec. I don't know how, but actually, it looks like we could end up winning this game. There you go. 348 from a 450. What am I looking at here, bro? 348. What am I looking at? Wow, is that a bad roll? Holy frickin' awful. Alright, so I think the best play to make is to push up here. Our concept's going to be banned from the game. Alright, well, we're going to push up over here, and the Progetto hits me. Wow! This gun, man, this is the problem with the tank. Everything's great about it, but the gun just sucks. It really does. And when you rely on a good gun, I mean, this is what happens. I mean, the gun is the most important part of any tank, and when it doesn't work, your whole tank doesn't work. We have missed multiple easy shots at this point. The Progetto is trying to hatch me, which obviously could be a problem, but I am going to chill right here, and... Come on, poke it again. Poke it. The good news is that we can just kind of wait here, and for the most part, this Progetto is definitely in a rather awkward situation, because we can just kind of wait, and, I mean, he has to make a play, really. He doesn't have much of a choice, so we're just going to wait here. Come on, do a play. Oh, bounce him right on the turret. Makes sense. We love this game. We truly love World of Tanks. We really do. Oh, let's see. Progetto, you gonna poke it? There's a minute and 30 seconds left, so at the end of the day, it's really gonna be, it's gonna be quite tricky for him to make a play here. However, I am stuck. What I want to do is make my way... Yeah, there it is. Okay, well, we spotted the Prog, which is still good. You know what's crazy is that if we'd hit our shots on the Progetto, life would have been 8,000 times easier in this battle, and it would have been, like, the easiest one ever. But because of the game literally screwing me out of multiple shots, we just don't get that situation here. Well, he pens me once, and... Oh, pens me twice. he'll probably end up killing me with a heat shell. Oh, he actually bounces the shot. But because it's an auto reloader, it doesn't really matter, because he's probably going to be able to just reload and kill me here. Yep. I cannot believe that we missed 3 shots on the Progetto because of this gun. It's trash. It really is. And this is why people don't like the AMX. Now, to be fair, it's not the tank's fault we lost. We ended up dealing 5,000 damage. We blocked 1,900, and if you pair that with the 2,800 health we have, we had quite the impressive results. But let's just watch some of these shots again, so we can really understand why this tank is so unenjoyable to play. And it really is the problems with how Wargaming balances the game, right? So, first of all, 370 mils of heat pen apparently isn't enough to, like, cut through a Type 71. I don't even know how this isn't, like, possible. Like, we load heat. How is it that red on the upper plate? I'm actually really confused. My brain just instantly fired because I thought we'd be able to pen him with heat. Like, again, we have 370 mils, but, none of these shots really matter. The shots that lost us the game were first of all, the 300 damage roll on the Progetto on the first shot. That was the first thing that screwed me over. But it gets worse. Like, this shot here, I cannot believe that we missed that. That shot right there lost us the game. If we'd hit that shot, we would have won the battle. But that's where our shell goes. Like, absolutely incredible RNG. Not only that, but he pens me on the move. So he's in one of the least accurate mediums in the game, hits me on the move, and my gun misses that. Then, our gun misses that, and ghost shells, yeah, it's just... Wow. This is why, though, it's very hard to sometimes enjoy inaccurate vehicles. You know, I was talking to Peter Keck W, and I said, the AMX, its platform is great. Its armor is great. The mobility is fantastic. It has hit points. It has everything. But for some reason, Wargaming decided that they wanted to make it the most unenjoyable gun in Tier 10. And unfortunately, they're going to continue doing that with the next update. The vehicle is going to be crazy strong. I mean, you already saw how strong it was in this game. But the problem is the fact that it doesn't matter because you're still probably not going to love playing the vehicle. When you have APCR standard, it makes life a pain. And not only that, but when you pair that with literally tragic on-movement dispersion values, I mean, I still cannot believe we missed that Progetto. That's the saddest shot I've seen in my life, really. Wow. All right, well, let's try another game here. See if we can get a decent battle out. But, yeah, notice how we had such a good game, and yet it just gets soured by the gun. I don't know. I like the AMX. I'm not going to sit here and mold on the vehicle and its capabilities. But what I am going to say is that that specific game, the gun lost us the battle. So... oh well, I mean, we did fine, and it's not our fault we lost that game. I mean, I can't account for shitty RNG, and not only that, but I can't really account for my teammates' trash plays. Like, how am I supposed to carry every single game? So, not everything is the AMX's fault, obviously, but what I will say is that we would have won that game if my shell had hit, and that's about as simple as it is. So, I'm going to push up here. I don't know if they have tanks or not in this position, but usually I find it to be a good idea to use the mobility on this vehicle and push into the enemy spawn as quickly as possible. We can see an E4, and usually a lot of tanks like to sit in these back bush areas here, so if you can dig up behind them fast enough, you can push them off. Oh, there you go, we got an E100 spotted right in front of us, and we're going to back up, we're going to angle the tank. Just snaps me. Classic 40% play there, where you just don't even need to aim. At least we hit him back twice for the one time he hit me, but still, just... I wish I could do that. Like, literally just snap a shell instantly into the enemy without even aiming. Alright, well, we have a lot of tanks on our side. We got the E100 in front, and what we're going to do right now is we're going to aim it on the E100 with a heat shell, and... get a nice shot. There you go. Stick our gun up. And not only that, but we get a bounce. Oh, my voice cracked. That's what happens, I guess, when it's very late, is my voice is kind of dead. But we're going to get a nice shell into the E100. There you go. That's a good example of where the alpha damage still feels very, very potent on this vehicle. I mean, a 560 chunk is pretty nasty. And now we're going to aim it on the rear of the E100 and get him cleared. So, this is a better example of where the gun does feel fine. I mean, if you let it aim in, it's not terrible. Problem is that when you don't let it aim in, you're just missing shots. And that's really where the AMX feels tragic. I mean, even after being shot by the E100, we still have 2,200 hit points, which is kind of crazy if you actually put that into your mind. The level of HP this vehicle carries is insane. And because of that, it makes it just an amazing pushing vehicle, because I can play so aggressive and yet still get away with very, very, aggressive late game plays because I'm able to conserve my health and use the capabilities. So what I'm hoping right now is that the 268 shoots me, which he does, and then the 2 and 5. I don't know why the 2 and 5 he backed up to China though, bro. Like, why would you do that? Why would you back up so far? Well, there you go. We do get the clear, and we're going to aim it on the rear of the enemy WZ. We're going to load in an HE shell, and there you have it. When the gun works, it works great. I mean, you can see that. 620 damage shell into that player. I don't think he enjoyed that very much. I think you'll agree with me there. I really don't think that player enjoyed our company all too much. Now the 62A gets snapped, and let's see if he pokes it. Come on, poke it, you goofball. There you go. Dead. I always try to clear the mobility when I'm in a slow vehicle. I mean, that's just kind of common sense, but you need to sometimes. Mobility is the killer of all heavily armored vehicles. So if you allow the enemy team to have their mobility, it's going to make life a lot more challenging. Now, even here, we can see a great example of where the E4 is able to shoot me, but because we obviously feature so much HP again, the E4 really just isn't that much of a threat. We shoot him, we take a nice little chunk off, and because we have mobility as well, this E4 is going to have a very hard time of actually getting away from our tank. And there you go, a nice 450 snap. So we had the complete yin and yang battles here today. We had one game where we deal an insane amount of damage and we get a crazy win. We ended up dealing 5,000 damage plus in this game here, and the game before we did 5,000 as well. So the AMX is a great tank. There's no denying that. People are going to go into the comments and say, oh, I hate the gun, or the vehicle's not as good as it used to be. I don't agree with that. Right now, it is in the best state it's ever been. The problem is that sometimes the gun will screw you over when you need it to work. We had bad RNG in that first battle. Our second game, though, we had pretty good RNG. The gun worked, we hit some HEs, and it's a good yin and yang example. I think that next update, the AMX M4, is going to be freaking busted. I really do. I just think that the gun's still going to be rather unenjoyable. I hope they give it AP standard at some point, but you never know. Also, I just realized I am running Gun Rammer, and that is why I could not pen the Type 71. I guess that's on me.